Hello everyone, Justin Patton here. So I want to ask you a question today about what do you see every day that you wake up? And I believe that every day that we wake up, we unconsciously put on a pair of glasses in which we see the world. And in that view, you get one of two options. You either see the world out of a place of fear, or you get to see it out of a place of love and compassion and unity. And the experience of how we go about our day, how we experience relationships, how we experience our work life, how we experience each other as people is completely dictated by the view in which we put on those glasses. And so I did some reflecting on this over the past couple days. I've been watching the news with Ferguson and today being International, or this World AIDS Day. And I've been thinking about how do people experience the world, and how do we form our perceptions? And so I want to share a line from A Course in Miracles about perceptions that really resonated with me, and I hope it gives you something to think about. And then I'm going to challenge you today to say, if you're going to change your perceptions, you must be willing to change your experiences. So here's what it says in A Course in Miracles. It says, "It is impossible not to believe what you see, but it is equally impossible to see what you do not believe. Perceptions are built upon the basis of experience, and experience leads to our beliefs. You believe what you see, and different experiences lead to different beliefs, and with them, different perceptions." And that's why I believe that every day that we wake up, we put on these glasses and we get to decide the experience that we're going to live that day. And through that experience is dictated what we choose to believe about life, about religion, about love, and about each other as human beings. And so let me give you some examples. I believe that there are certain people who always feel stuck or live their life in fear, or their relationships in fear. And how that plays out is, I believe, let's look at Ferguson and what's going on. The people that choose to live in fear only see it as a place of anger. They see everything that's on the news and they think there's no trust. They choose to believe that every cop that's in that community is bad, or every citizen is out there looting, and that is just not true. The opposite is, we get to choose it as a place of love and compassion and unity. That when I see on the news, I see a place of hope. I see a place of opportunity for change, to really create a community that rises up and becomes so much stronger than so many other communities in this country. There is the possibility of change there. But that only comes when you choose to look at Ferguson as a place of hope and choose to look at it from a place of love and compassion. That's what view do you choose to see when you put on the glasses in the morning when you wake up. I think the other thing, I think about International, or this World's AIDS Day today, and I got to thinking about, when I was growing up in my life, I didn't know a lot of people that had HIV or AIDS. And now, as the older I've become, the more people I know that personally have been affected by it. I have 2 exes that have actually been diagnosed with HIV. And it becomes very personal to me. But I think a lot of people, when you live out of fear, and even probably myself for a long time in my life, I chose to keep it at arm's distance because I was afraid of it. I didn't understand it. And I think there are some people that choose to see it as, a gay disease now versus what it really is. And choosing to come from a place of love and compassion to say, you know what, I don't understand it the way that I need to understand it. That I need to do more of my homework on it. That I need to maybe meet people that have HIV or AIDS and learn more about it so that I can really be educated and understand that they're no different than who I am, and that they're still alive and there's still possibilities, and those people can rise up and change the world through it now the different lens they get to view their world. And I think another thing is, to me, I think about religion. So out of fear, for a long time in my life, as a gay man, I experienced religion as a thing that divided people, that didn't bring people together. And it wasn't until I went to Middletown Christian Church in Louisville, Kentucky, that I felt like I found a home. That I felt for the first time that religion could be a place that was all about what God said was about love and compassion and honoring your brothers and sisters and bringing people together, and that everyone has a place. And I never experienced that in religion or spirituality until I went to Middletown Christian Church. And so that was that experience led me to a different perception. And I had to be willing to try to keep finding a different experience and not just sit down and say, you know what, all religion is like this, or that all churches are like this, or all ministers are like this. No. I had to refuse to believe in that reality, to say, I'm going to keep searching, I'm going to keep finding an experience till I find one that really resonates with what the core of what I believe in. And so I believe that if we want to change our perceptions in the world, or if we want to change other people's perceptions, we must be willing to change our experiences. And let me tell you how that plays out in business or in life. That I think if you're a leader in a business and maybe you're working with a high potential associates or high potential leaders, how do you change their perceptions on the business? And I would say, one, you got to change their experience. So you got to change how they see the business. So do you create a international experience for them? How do you create these critical experiences? Do you drop them in a leadership role in a department they don't have experience in? Because we know that great leaders can lead different parts of the business. And so they get to learn about different areas and become well-rounded leader in the business that they're in. I think about faith. I put in here, do we work with people that we don't understand? That's the whole point of mission trips. That's the whole point of going out and working in your community, is so that you experience things that get you out of your comfort zone that you probably normally wouldn't experience. Because with that experience comes a different perception. I even put how do we create a different experience for ourselves? And I think, so many times in life we hear, oh, go out and face a fear, go, skydive, which I will not be doing, but skydive or do whatever. And the reason people say that so often is because when you face your fear, what you've done is create a new experience. And with that experience, more than likely comes new self-confidence about how you see yourself. You wouldn't have gotten that self-confidence or that new belief in yourself had you not changed your experience that goes with it. And also, I'll just say this about love. I go back through so many of the emails I get from you all are about relationships and about love. And there's been so many people like you out there that have been hurt, that have maybe been physically abused, and just haven't been loved the way that you deserve to be loved. And are you willing to try a new experience with someone? Are you willing to let go of the baggage that you bring in and experience a different type of love in the way that you deserve to be loved? Because once you experience, your whole perception on love and your whole perception on connection will change because your experience changed. And I'll say this, I have a mentor named Aaron Kessinger who I adore this man who's really helped me in my life. And one of his mottos is carpe diem, Justin, carpe diem. Always go seize the day. And I think before in my life, I just always thought it was a fun catchphrase. And now for the first time in my life, I get it. It's not just about carpe diem, go seize the day. It's really about going out and creating new experiences, because with each of those experiences, I change my perceptions about how I see the world, how I see my fellow brothers and sisters, and more importantly, I change my view on how I see myself. Because at the end of the day, that's ultimately about how we grow. I think about, I'm going to show you this little flyer. One of the things I did recently is I got to go to Oprah's The Life You Want weekend. Because as someone who wants to go speak on a stage in front of millions of people, operating from a place of fear or complacency, says I do the things the way I always do them. And just because it worked today doesn't mean it's going to work tomorrow. And I knew I had to create a different experience. I need to go to attend an event, to go hear Oprah, to hear Ian LeVan, Elizabeth Gilbert, Deepak Chopra, and say, what do these people do on this platform at a higher level than what I'm at? If I'm going to play bigger in my life, I've got to create bigger experiences for myself. So my question to you today is, what are you going to choose to see today? And what bigger experiences are you going to create for yourself so that you can change your perception about how you see the world, how you see your fellow brothers and sisters, and more importantly, about how you see yourself? Because your experiences change your perceptions and they dictate what you believe. That's how we grow and really learn to support and help each other in life. So I hope it gives you something to think about. If this message really resonated with you, I hope you'll share it. I hope you'll like it. And if no one tells you today they believe in you, please know that I believe in you. Go out there, create some different experiences, and continue to grow. I believe in you. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.